I'm so happy to take information back to Kathy. All right. So transition. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, breathe out, in, out. Here we are, arrived at our yoga mat today. And we have covered the brain, we have covered the bones, and today we're covering our lovely heart. And I'm just going to share just 2 minutes of facts with you from Johns Hopkins about heart health and how yoga has been brought back into, not brought back in, but it's being recognized by the Western medicine finally. And Johns Hopkins put a statement in the article that a major shift in the last 5 years or so in the number of cardiologists and other professionals recognizing that the benefits are, ready for this, real. All right. So you hear so much junk about what yoga can do for you. Not junk, but it is an art. So people will say stuff like, I don't know, that thing I really hate is the releasing toxin things. Whatever, I'm not going to get on that, but I like to say things that are more evidence-based. If I'm going to say something of a benefit of yoga, and you as a person of art and well-being know the benefits from your own perspective. All right, so still you want to enjoy and celebrate those too. They give 3 major things that yoga does for the heart, and number 1, works as a stress outlet. Number 2, it aids in smoking cessation, and it works as a heart booster. So we all know that the tons of research about how it works as a stress outlet. When you have stress, you release cortisol and adrenaline, and those create an increase in your heart rate and blood pressure because the hormones constrict the blood vessels. And when we do our pranayama work, our breath work, and our meditation, it kind of begins to reverse that, and it allows those vessels to relax, and it allows your blood pressure to settle and your heart rate to settle. So that is, we've been talking about that forever, and we know that's true. Also, people who are worried and have depression following, and they talk about a cardiac diagnosis, but it can be any type of diagnosis or any type of news that you get. It can help to reduce the depression and worry over that. The thing that I love, it says, beyond offloading stress, practicing yoga helps lower blood pressure, blood cholesterol, blood glucose, as well as heart rate, making it a useful lifestyle intervention. And one study even showed that blood measurements and waist circumference decreased, which are markers for heart disease in that form of metabolic syndrome, where it's increased blood cholesterol, especially LDL, increased blood pressure, inflammation, and increased waist circumference. So those all lead to heart disease and diabetes. It's actually a form of pre-diabetes. And then there was a study that showed yoga classes twice a week reduce the frequency of atrial fibrillation in patients with that condition. And others that went through an 8-week program showed improvement in that had congestive heart failure, showed an improvement in exercise capacity and quality of life. All right, so think if you don't have those things, how much benefit you get as well. All right, the thing it says it does not do, it's not a form of aerobic exercise, so it doesn't count towards your 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. So you still need to get out there and walk, do that 150 minutes of Zumba, grapevine, whatever it is you like to do, all right? And keep that heart rate going. Moderate intensity is when you can walk, but you can't necessarily sing. And it doesn't count if you can't sing already. So light intensity, you can talk and sing. Moderate intensity, while you're exercising, you can talk, but you can't sing. And high intensity is you really can't talk or sing much while you're doing it. And they're looking at that moderate intensity, all right? So we're gonna focus on your beautiful heart. So it's gonna be a little bit vigorous practice today, just to get that heart rate up, reaching the arms overhead, which increases the workload of the heart to get the blood back up to the fingertips. Lots of good stuff to help our heart be strong and healthy and increase our quality of life and longevity. So let's just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose now. Start to settle into your yoga practice. Shift your hips side to side so you can get rooted and connected to the earth. I know that breath work and meditation are so helpful for reducing stress and calming the nervous system. We're going to practice the Dirga Pranayama, the 3-part breath. So you're all super familiar with the belly breath. So as you breathe in through the nose, just feel a gentle rise of the belly and fall of the belly with the exhalation. And one way I found most beneficial to get a deeper breath is to, when you exhale fully. And when you think you've exhaled everything, exhale just even a little bit more. So that next breath in can be rich and full. The belly softens and rounds. And as you exhale, a contraction of the belly, even a little bit more. In the pranayama, it's work, it's regulation. Wait for the need to breathe to bubble up, and then enjoy another full, rich breath in. So starting with that belly breath. And if it helps to take your hand to your side ribs, your diaphragm attaches to your lower ribs. So when you take a breath in and the diaphragm lowers, the side ribs expand. So exhale fully, and then even a little bit more. And then as you're ready, invite the belly to soften and round, and feel the side ribs expand. That's really going to make more space in the chest cavity for more breath. And then as you exhale, just let it go. We're not worried too much about the order in which they decrease. Another breath in, full belly breath. Belly softens and rounds, side ribs expand. As you exhale, a gentle release of that. Exhale fully, even a little bit more. You can place a hand under the collarbone, so when you feel that next breath in, belly softens and rounds, side ribs expand, and the chest broadens. 3-part Dirga Pranayama. As you exhale, release. And try one more of those. 3-part breath, mindful, paying attention, noticing, and exhale. And then just come back to your normal natural breath, but notice how your body feels. And notice if you can even feel your heart. You're so in tune with your heart. Meditation and breath work. So I want to practice just a 2-minute mindful meditation on breathing. Don't worry, we'll get lots of work with our heart today. Lots of movement. So just bear with me. You know, if you're not a meditator, it's frustrating. So follow those thoughts as well, and see if you can't, like a puppy that keeps running off the mat, see if you can gently bring it back to the mat. If those thoughts start thinking things, just bring it back to the mat. So just pay attention to the mechanics of the breathing. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Feeling the air go into the nostrils. Feeling that rise and fall of your chest and stomach. Try to count, breathing in 1, breathing out 2, breathing in 3, whatever your rate is, try to get up to 10. And not to be a doubter, but chances are you're going to start thinking. And as soon as you start thinking, just as that little puppy running off the mat, gently bring it back and just say, oh, well. Make that your cue. I'm aware of the thought, oh, well, non-judging, and come back to the breath. And try so hard to get to 10. And even as a longtime meditator, it's very hard for me to get to 10. I'm going to be quiet for the next minute. Let you practice that. And bring your hands to your heart space. Let's chant the sound of Om together just one time to just unite us in this Zoom world. So exhale fully, inhale. Om. Bow your head to your heart, honor your heart. Let your heart know you're going to be paying attention a little more closely to it today. Lower your hands down to your thighs, blink your eyes open, and let's extend your legs out long. Rock your legs back and forth, let your feet be floppy. A little external and internal rotation from the top of the thigh bones. Wiggle your toes. Make some circles with your ankles. We talk about this too, that just sitting in Dandasana, circling your ankle, breathing, is a really good way to down regulate. So if you're having one of those days, plop down on the floor, get grounded, rooted, take a few breaths, circle those ankles, one direction then the other. Tap the legs. And lift things up, rub the knees. Tap the arms. And tap the chest. Over the heart. And then come back to your Sukhasana. Pull the shoulders up towards the ears and back and down. Let's breathe in through the nose. Exaggerate these shoulder rolls. Pay attention to the back body, the back side of the heart. Inhale, exhale, one more breath in and out. Fingertips on your shoulders, elbows lift and lower. Trying to get as much rotation. And don't forget bringing awareness to those sensations that you feel. And then connect with the breath. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, back down and around. One more full breath in. Richly lengthen. And exhale, back down and around. Arms out to the side, fingertips like bear claws. Rotate from the top of your shoulder. Open those shoulders up and back. We're going to be working weights a bit today. Weights are one way to get your heart rate up and also what? Bone strength, right? Movements that we're doing together with the weights and the legs increases brain fitness. So you see how everything intertwines. I could do one class and it would still cover everything. Lower the arms down by your side, sit and lengthen the spine. Take a nice breath in and out. Soften the shoulders down and turn your head over your shoulder. Turn and see what you can see. Just keep those shoulders relaxed. Let your eyeballs keep looking over the shoulder. And take a lovely breath in. As you exhale, sweep it around the other side. And see what you can see. Notice this, any stress or tension in those shoulders, in that neck region. Just be mindful. And a nice breath in. And as you exhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up overhead, full breath in here. And lengthen the spine now. So press the sitting bones into the earth as you reach longer and taller with the arms. So let the head of the arm bones slide up and away from the shoulder joints. Shoulder blades slide up the back body. Get that first movement of the spine, which is length. One more breath here. And then lower left hand down. Fingertips are soft on the earth. Left shoulder is soft. Crescent over towards that left side. Root the right side down. Don't forget that. Feel that opening between hip and rib. And inhale, lift back up. Exhale, crescent. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Draw that belly in and gently twist towards the left. And lower your right hand down to your left knee. And sweep your left hand back behind you. Keep the head and neck in alignment. Draw that belly in again, lengthen the spine, gently twist if that's okay with the spine. We talked about osteoporosis last week, and if you're not supposed to twist, you know that already. Good. All right. One more breath. Bring your right hand to, or your left hand, sorry, to goalpost. Turn the palm facing your ear and roll the shoulder back. And then gently lengthen the spine and tip that right shoulder toward the right knee for a little stretch now across the left side body. Keep your goalpost arm right where it is, or if you want to reach it up overhead, slowly, mindfully pay attention to sensations. And maybe the upper arm can come in line with the ear, not a have to ever, right? Just an invitation. Use your body strength to lift back up, lengthen and twist back towards center. Take that left hand, place it on your shoulder, sweep the right arm under it, draw the chin to the chest, round your back body, come into a gentle cat. Feel the C of the spine. As you inhale, lengthen your spine back up, open the arms out to the side and lift your heart space, not from the lumbar spine, but from the thoracic spine. So lift up, pull the shoulder blades back toward each other, take your eye gaze up slightly, chin lifts. And then come back again, wrap the arms, chin to the chest, round your back body into cat. And as you inhale, open the heart, lift the head, reach the heart forward, shine that beautiful heart forward. One more time, exhale, round. And inhale, lift that heart. Good. Oh, that feels good. Come back to neutral spine, reach the arms up overhead again, bring length to the spine. Full breath in here. Take that right hand, lower it down to the side on spider fingers, soften your shoulder down, root down through the left as you crescent on over. Find that opening in the side ribs. If you turn toward the torso, try to keep your heart shining forward. One more breath. Lift back up, lengthen, draw the belly in, gently twist towards the right as you bring your upper hand down to your right knee and sweep your right hand back behind you. Head and neck stay in alignment. Keep that core strong. Full breath in, full breath out. And then bring your right hand to goalpost, elbow in line with the shoulder, palm facing you. Lengthen your spine up again and take your left shoulder towards your left knee. And consider reaching the right arm up overhead if that's right for your shoulder. Upper arm may come in line with the ear. Nice. This is a toughie, big stretch. Use your body strength to lift back up. Draw the belly in as you twist back towards center. Bring your right hand on top of your left knee. Sweep the left hand under it. One more cat-cow. Two more cat-cows, actually. Chin to the chest, round. Inhale, open those arms, lift the heart. I'm paying attention to you today. And exhale, give yourself a hug again. And inhale, open those arms out to the side. Good. And come back to neutral spine, lower the hands down. So take the hands back behind you and unfold the legs. Take them as wide as the mat, come up on the heels of the feet and just start to rock the knees gently side to side. Good. All right, we're going to take those right knees to the right side. Take them as far as feels good for you. Keep the feet flexed to help the knees. It's 90-90, according to Ed. Press your hands into your thighs. Lift your heart space up. Shine that heart forward. And feel that stretch. Take your sensation awareness to the outer thigh area. Good. Come back to center. Realign your sitting bones squarely on the mat and then take them the other direction. You don't need to go real far, just until you feel sensation. So press the hands into the earth, lift your heart space up. Nice. Find your breath. Notice what your teeth are doing, what your jaw is doing. Good. And then come back to center. Lower the feet down on the floor. Knees are still bent. And then lift your just your right heel, your right toes up. And your leg can go as low as it needs to go to bring your right knee on top of your right ankle on top of your left knee, above your knee on the fleshy part. Keep the foot flexed. We're in seated figure 4. Use your breath to press the knee away from you. All right, and you can do a couple things. You can either shimmy your left foot towards your hips, or you can bring your hips towards your left heel just until you feel something that feels like sensation. And maybe even rocking just a little bit side to side until you feel that sweet spot. This is all about what feels good. It's not about torturing or trying to get into any particular position. It's about your body finding the pose, the yoga pose that works for you, not the other way around, okay? So it may look like this. or even like this. All right, with your foot just on off to the side and the knee out to the side, that's okay too. All right, wherever you are, undo it, shake your legs out, and let's go to the other side and see if these guys are the same or different. So come up on the heel of that left foot. Maybe you need to walk your right leg down a little bit lower so that ankle can get up on the knee. And then you can play around with shimming your heel towards your to your hip, or shifting your hips towards your heel. Just keep using your breath to open that knee out to the side. Maybe you want to rock side to side a little bit if there's something that feels like a good sensation. And remember, it can look all different ways. I'm just going to play around with looking for different sensation for myself. So use our body as a lab. All right, one more breath. Oh, and then take that off, release it. Let's rock the knees side to side, open and close your hands, make some circles with your wrists. We're going to prepare to come to tabletop, and I need you to make sure that your weights are nearby you. So they should be up by the upper part of your mat so you can reach them with your hands. Make sure those knees are really padded. And if anybody needs me to show using the chair, please unmute yourself and let me know, and I will dance between the two. Okay, that'll be a show. Someone will do it just to see me do it, right? Laugh. I can do it though. All right, and take your time getting there. While you're waiting, go ahead and shift your hips side to side, wag the tail. Let's see who I didn't get to say hi to yet. Lynn, Carolyn, Kathy. Okay, hi. I think I got everybody else. All right, shake those hips. Good. All right, now just a little bit of cat-cow. So can you curl the toes under to flex the toes? Press the hands into the earth, bring the front body to the back body, and in the meantime, lift those back ribs up toward the sky, chin to the chest, tailbone lowers. And then inhale, sink your heart, lift your head, broaden out through your collarbones. Remember in Durga Pranayama, we broadened out through those collarbones. Just pause here for a moment, feel that wonderful, gentle arch in the spine. And now with the breath, draw the belly in, send those back ribs up, tailbone lowers, head lowers. Keep pressing the hands into the mat to keep the core engaged. And as you inhale, sink the heart, lift the head, lift that tailbone up. And then one more time each way, exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift. Lift that heart, shine that heart forward. Good. And then come back to a nice neutral table. All right. I'm going to send those right toes back behind us into this is where I need you to pay attention to your body, do what works for you. So here's option one. Option two is to spider finger walk your left fingertips forward, stay here. Another option is to lift that back leg up if you choose. Here's another option, lift the upper arm in line with the ear. And then the final option is to take each limb out to its own diagonal and back to center. Take it to diagonal and back to center. Keep the core engaged, last one. And back to center. And lower the hand down, shake it out, wag the tail. And let's go to the other side. So if your hands are sore or whatever, just do what you need to do. All right, send your left foot back. Draw the energy up that leg. All right, stay here or spider finger walk right fingertips. Other option, lift the foot up, fingertips down. Maybe the fingertips up and the foot's down. And then you can choose to take it to a diagonal and back. Keep that core strong. Notice if one side's a little bit more willing than the other. And then back to center. Child's pose. All right, feet are flat. Tops of the feet are on the floor, knees are wide, and elbows lower down to the earth, or maybe the hips sink toward the heels. You decide. And head can rest on a block, on the wrist. Maybe the hips are up high and you're stacking your fist and you've got your forehead resting on your fist or a block. Wherever you are, bring your awareness to the back body, to the back side of the heart. Invite a little breath into that space, swirl around the heart. Breathe in and out. Good. gratitude for your strong heart. Not everybody has one. Just find gratitude for that if you feel like you can come to that place. And then lift back up into tabletop. I'm going to do what's called half baby moon. So we're going to take that left foot and kick it off to the side like a kickstand. So just lift it up, take it out to the side. And we're going to extend the right leg out to the right side. And slowly start to shift, turning your heart facing forward. Some of you may like to have a block. Sorry, I should have said that first. But some of you may like to have a block in front of you to help support this turn. All right. You can have that block there. Keep the foot connected to the earth for now. And then you may, if you feel comfortable releasing the block, bring your hand to your hip. Roll your elbow back. See if you can't turn your heart, shine your heart forward even a little bit more. All right, so your options are to just keep the hand on the block, on the hip. Now here's another option, maybe lift the leg up hip height. And final option is to reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. And you need to let go of stories if you're not taking all the options. It's totally okay. You are who you are today. Then bring your hand back to your hip, lower the foot. Bring the hand back to the block, gently turn back toward tabletop, and we'll go the other direction, okay? If you're using a block, place it on your left side. Extend your left leg back behind you. Take your right leg as a kickstand. Start to shift your weight over to the right side and begin to turn the whole body toward the left. Hands on the block, maybe on the hip with the elbow pressed back, head and neck are in alignment. Stay here, or if you decide, lift that left leg so it's coming directly out of the hip, flex the foot to keep it active and energized. And maybe that left arm reaches up overhead. One more breath. Good. And lower back down. Whew. Shake it out. Let's come up on the knees and make some circles with the wrists. Fingers lift, squeeze, release. Good. Okay. Now can you find your other block? Let's do a little bit of lunge here. Open up through the psoas and hip flexors. Okay. Got that? All right. Shift your weight over to the left and bring your right foot in between the blocks. And you may choose to slide your left knee back a little bit. All right, isometrically, scissors your legs away from each other, meaning take the front shin forward, slide the back thigh back, right? So you're really stable here. Now, if you choose, you can bring your hands up to your thighs, no have to, and lift the torso up. Reach just the left arm up overhead, and just a gentle crescent over towards the right side. Use your body strength to lift back up to neutral. Lower the hands down to the thighs, down to the blocks, and bring the block to the inside edge of your right foot as you walk your right foot out to the right side of the mat. Stay right here, just slowly bend, hinge forward, bringing the shoulder slightly in line with the knee. Take a breath. Press back up. Reframe your foot. Walk the foot back towards center and slide that foot back in whatever way works. Wag your tail. Happy puppy. All right, let's do the other side. Then we will come to standing. I think that's enough on the knees. All right, bring your left foot toward between the blocks. And maybe you want to slide your right knee back a little bit. Your choice. Draw that belly in. Squeeze the back glute. Send the back thigh back. Send the front shin forward. Maybe get light on those fingertips or just hold on to the blocks, your choice. Hands can come to the thigh if you choose to lift the torso up. If you feel balanced, reach your right arm up overhead. Left hand stays on the thigh. A gentle crescent over toward that. This is a big balance challenge here. Pressing over towards that left side. Use your body strength to lift back up. Lower the hand down. I was going to do lawnmower here, but we can do that standing. I think that's enough on the knees. All right. So find a way, in whatever way is easiest for you, to come up to standing. Keep your blocks in the front of your mat. All right. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Ooh, sorry to cat lovers. I shouldn't say that. I never understood that anyway. All right, while we're all gathering together, let's just rock side to side. And a little bit of loosening the lower back and shoulders. Let everybody get situated. Good. Have your weights not too far away and shake everything out. I see everybody shaking. I know we're good. Okay. Find your mountain pose. Here's something Doug Keller taught me over the weekend. I got way too much to learn, so I couldn't do our back yet. We'll do that probably in 2 weeks. All right, lift your toes up, press the mound of the big toe down, and then draw an imaginary diagonal line to the outer heel and press that down too. So the mound of the big toe and the outer heel, and then slowly lower the toes down and keep trying to bear the weight on evenly on both sides. And just feel the action of the legs working by trying to press the mound of the big toe, the outer heel. Feel the legs feel strong. Keep that up. Soften the toes. And then lengthen up through the spine, shoulders up towards the ears, palms face forward. Take a nice breath in here. Reach the arms up overhead. Draw that belly in and up. Exhale, turn the palms away. Reach down through that warm honey. Arms are active and engaged. 2 more. Inhale. And breathe out. Inhale. Lower just the left arm down, sorry. And then caress it over. Can you push with your left hand, push across your torso so you're really using your side body muscles? If you need the support of the hand, that's fine, on the thigh. See if you can't press that hand away from you. Good. One more breath here. And then sweep the arms out to a T, and we'll go the other way. So now left arm goes up, right hand pushes in front of that torso. Good. Nice stretch, open up through those side ribs. Keep the heart facing forward. Nice. And then come back to a T again, stretch out long, and lower the arms down, roll the shoulders out, and please find your weights. And your balance prop. Wall, chair, table, spouse, dog, whatever you need for a little balance prop. Okay, everybody set? Good. Okay, we're going to start with the wrists. So I want you to just pronate and supinate. Supinate is like you're holding soup. Pronate, hands are down. So we're going to pronate, supinate. We learned last week you don't have any muscles in your fingers. So to keep your hands strong, you need to work your forearms and your wrists and your palms. All right, while you're pronating, supinating, if you choose, can you lift your heels? Lift your heels. Lift your heels. Elbows are locked into the side body. So the movement is all in the wrists. Okay, 2 more of those. And 2, good. Now just lift the wrist up and down. Lift up and down. Lift up and lift the heels and down. Lift up and down. Lift up. Good. 2 more. Down, up, and down. Good. Okay. Bicep curls. So palms are facing forward. Fingertips to the shoulders and a full extension all the way down. Now your option here is to do your chair squat. So you're going to shift the weight to the heels of the feet, bend the knees, send the sitting bones down, and then bring the arms back up to center, straightening the knees. This can be a little bit slower movement, so you can really work the legs too. All right, can you do two things at once here? Work in the biceps, but also isometrically squeezing your legs toward each other as you lower down into your chair. Next time you come to bicep curl, can you take the weight out to the side instead of up toward the shoulder? Out to the side at a 45-degree angle. So not completely at shoulder height, you know, it's at 45. I'm not out here in line with my waist. I'm at the 45 in between. All right, two more. Get as deep as you want in those chairs. Good. Hard to do two things at once, right? And then lower the arms down. Roll the shoulders out. Make your feet wide, about as wide as the mat, toes facing 45 degrees. And bring the arms up to goddess arms. So the shoulders, elbows are in line with shoulders, palms facing forward. And then we're going to bring the elbows in front of you, palms facing you. Elbows press out to the side, palms face forward. Elbows in front of your face, palms face you. Now your option here is to bend the knees into goddess and then straighten the knees, palms face you. Don't have to do the legs if you don't choose to. Now you should feel your heart rate beating a little bit faster here. We're using these big glute muscles, big quad muscles. All right, that's going to require more oxygen. So your heart's going to have to work a little bit harder. And two more. Exhale as you dip. Inhale, lift, squeeze those glutes. Last one. And lift. Good. Lower the arms down. Roll the shoulders out. Now this one's really going to get the heart rate going. Depending on how your shoulders feel, you have to be mindful, all right? You may not be able to reach the arms all the way up overhead. And we're just going to do a slow march. Same side. Slow march. If you need to hold on, and do 3 or 4 on the same side and then switch. That's okay too. You choose. Try to get that knee as high as you can. And kind of press those weights up toward heaven and press down toward earth. Switching. Good. What do you feel about your heart? Feel it racing a little bit? Pumping that blood. One more each way. Nice. Good. And roll the shoulder out. Come to the back of your mat. And we're going to come to warrior feet. So turn your right toes out 45 degrees and step your left foot forward. Wide base of support, gentle bend to the front knee. Hips going as forward as the knees feel safe. Press the weight evenly on both feet. Adjust the pelvis to make the knees feel safe. What I'd like for you to consider is hinge forward a little bit so you're not arching your back. Hinge forward a little bit, roll the shoulders back, turn your palms facing away, and then press the arms back behind you for triceps. Head and neck are in alignment. Release. I can hardly talk. My heart rate's really going up, requiring more oxygen. So here it's almost like a moderate intensity. I don't think I could sing to you right now. Press back. Press back, press back, 2 more, press back, and press back. Good. And then step that back foot forward and go back to the back of the mat. Shake it out, go to the other side. So those left toes go out to 45 degrees, step the right foot forward, bend to the knee, adjust the feet, wide base of support, roll those shoulders back, hinge forward a smidge. And when you're ready, press back and back. Don't look up with your neck. Keep your head and neck in alignment. So your eye gaze should be looking down over the front of your mat. Feel those triceps working. Good. And let's do 3 more. 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Woo, step the back foot forward. I'm going to set the weights down for just a bit. We're going to do forward folding, so you can use your balance prop that you had, your chair or your blocks, your choice. I'll show you both. Well, you know, forward fold with the chair, forward fold with the blocks, or thighs or shins. All right. We're going to just do a pranam, work that core, another big set of muscles. So make sure you're using your core. Find your queen's cough, engage the core to start. And as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Pause here for just a minute. Let the heart work to get the blood back up to the fingertips. Full breath in, full breath out. Next breath in, reach and lengthen, draw that belly in. Exhale, hinge forward from the hip crease. Hands on the thighs, shins, or block. Pause here for just a moment. Let the length in the hamstrings occur. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Keep the spine long and tall. Come halfway up, so press the hands into the thighs. Lift your beautiful heart. Rise your heart forward. And exhale, bow forward in gratitude for that heart. Inhale, come halfway lift. Exhale, deepen your fold. Come up the way that's best for you. So bend the knees and press the hands into the thighs to come up, or hands on the hips with the elbows back. Root through your feet. Inhale the arms overhead, palms together, and hands down to the heart. We're going to do forward fold again, but from chair. Okay, so this is really going to require a lot of strength in the core. You're going to come back up into chair rather than straight up, unless that's not a good plan for you today. So shift the weight to the heels of your feet and send the sitting bones back. Don't arch your back, send your tailbone down. Keep the head and heart lifted. We're not like this. We're not hinging forward too much, just a quarter fold. Isometrically draw your legs toward each other and press your hands into each other. Everything's active, engaged. One more breath here. And then just hinge forward even more. And as you begin to bring the hands to the thighs, the shins, or the block, allow the crown of the head to release into your forward fold. Find your breath, breathe in and breathe out. Then bend your knees a lot. Shift your weight to the heels of your feet. Bring the hands onto the thighs now. Keep the knees bent and just press the torso up to chair. Lengthen your tailbone, draw the belly in. Bring the hands to the heart if that's available. One more breath, let go of the stories. Keep those legs strong. And then press the feet into the earth. Come to standing. Reach the arms overhead. Full breath in, palms together. Lower down to the heart. One more time. Last one, I promise. Shift the weight to the heels of your feet. Bend the knees, send the sitting bones down, tailbone lengthens, pause, pause, feel the strength. Isometrically draw the legs toward each other. And then start to shift the weight to the fronts of your feet, hinge forward. Release the hands to the thighs, the shins, or the blocks. Crown of the head releases toward the earth. Knees start to straighten as you press the backs of the thigh bones away from you toward the back wall. Hold for the inhale, hold for the exhale. Feel that nice strong core. Now shift the weight to the heels of your feet as you bend your knees a lot. Hands can come onto the thighs. Now you choose if you want to lift up on your own or press your hands into your thighs to lift the torso back up to chair. Pause here for a moment. Pause. You got this. Legs are shaking. I know that. Press the feet into the earth. Come to standing. Sweep the arms overhead. Gaze between the hands. Palms together. Lower the hands to the heart. If you're not sweating, I don't know what will make you sweat. And when you sweat, you know your heart's working hard, right? Shake everything out. You guys doing okay? Yeah, no, so. All right. All right, I want to leave plenty of time. I've got a really nice supine practice I want to do. Okay, let's do we did our baby half moon. So I want to have your balance prop here and do a triangle to half baby moon. And that is going to look like using your chair or your leg, right? And then kind of shifting into it and lifting the foot up. So it's a sideways lift. And using a chair or a wall, a table or something is a really good idea. Okay. So that's what you're going to get into. Sound good? Okay, you got your chair. All right, take a wide stance. Hands on the chair and the waist or your balance prop. Take that elbow back. Turn your left toes turning under your balance prop. Turn the torso toward the left. Hinge forward from your hip crease. Keep that front leg straight. And then that right elbow presses back as your heart shines forward to the right. Soften your shoulders down. Now this left hand can stay right where it is, where you can reach for the seat of the chair or bring the back of the hand into the inside edge of your front knee and open that heart space. All right, this is our triangle pose. All right, now here's the tricky part. Bring your hand back up to your balance prop, to your chair. Bend that knee a little bit. You may have to walk back a bit. Bend your knee a little bit, and you're gonna push off the back foot if it seems like a good idea to lift it all the way up. Otherwise, just kind of come up on the tiptoes and lift that back leg up. Keep your heart facing forward, half baby moon. Maybe the hand can go to the seat of the chair. Maybe the right arm lifts up overhead. Lots of options here. You choose what works for you. It may look just like this, with the feet still connected to the earth and the arm lifted. That's okay. All right, bring your hand back to your hip, press back up to standing, and bring your feet back together. Shake it out. I'm going to move my chair over to the other side. Use your options as you need to, okay? Take a nice wide stance. Roll those shoulders back. Right toes go under the chair. Left heel kicks back. Collarbones face forward. Let's pause here for a moment. This is where the heart's going to shine forward. And then we're going to turn the torso toward that front right leg. Keep a straight spine as you hinge a quarter fold over that front right thigh. And then from here, hands on the thigh or the back of the chair. That left elbow points back as you turn the heart facing forward. Shine that heart forward. And then your right hand can stay where it is, or you can put it on the chair or on the inside edge of your front leg. Triangle. All right. Take that right hand back onto the chair. Take a little bend to that front knee. You may have to shift it back a bit. And then either lift, just come up on the ball of that, the tiptoe of that back leg, or lift that back leg up if you feel safe and balanced. Left arm can stay where it is or reach overhead. Right arm can stay where it is, or, that's a tricky one. I'm going to keep it right where it is. One more breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and lower that down. And we'll come back to shaking it all out. And we're going to come onto the floor now. Okay? Have your weights available. Can you see me okay? Tip it up a little bit more. Good. All right, find your constructive rest. You deserve it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We're still going to do some work here. But just take a moment to let your heart rate settle a little bit. Should have been, I don't know if you guys have little Fitbits or monitors that you can see what your heart rate's doing. That was 99. Normally my resting is 62. So that was working the heart a bit. All right, and this is just a cheap little Fitbit that monitors the heart rate. All right, bring one or both knees into the chest. You may want to use a strap behind your thighs and just massage the lower back. Your weight should be within arm's reach, right? What do I do with them? Oh, there. And lower the feet back down. Just going to do a little bit of tree hugger. So find your weights and place them in the palms of your hands with your elbows down on the floor. Lift your arms up over your chest and then bring the fists toward each other and soften your elbows like you're holding on to a big beach ball or a tree. Not over your face, over your heart. Open the arms out to the side as the elbows almost touch the ground. The hairs, or you'll feel the hairs touch the earth, but don't let the elbows rest. And then lift those arms back up, give that tree a hug, fist pump the knuckles, and open back up again. Inhale and exhale as you open, elbows stay soft. And this is awareness to your pectoralis muscles, your chest muscles that kind of help support where the heart lives, right? So good to work those muscles, keep them strong. The heart has a good place to live and can stay in its proper place. I don't think the heart wiggles around the chest too much, but always good to keep your muscles strong. 2 more. And last one. Good. And let's lower the weights onto your hip flexors. We're going to do bridge pose. So if you know you don't like to, you don't want to do bridge with added weight, just put your weights down. Okay. If you're going to put your weights down, you're going to do the elbows bent, palms facing you, snuggle the shoulder blades. All right. But if you're going to put a little extra weight on your thighs, and put it right above your hip flexors, about 3 inches from your where your leg attaches to your torso. All right, bend your knees and lengthen your tailbone down, and use the heels of the feet and the strength of the torso to lift the torso up off the earth. Isometrically send your shins forward and give your glutes a little squeeze. And exhale, lower back down. Flatten the lumbar spine, lengthen your tailbone, press the heels, lift the hips and torso, squeeze your glutes, send your shins forward, and lower. Let's do that. Let's see if we can do that 8 more times. So lift, all that stuff I just said. Send the shins forward, that's the most important. And lower. Don't forget to lengthen your tailbone first. That'll really set the core. And lower. Few more if you feel up to it. Good. Let's try 3 more if you got it in you. Don't forget to squeeze those glutes. You'll feel that tomorrow for sure. Bridges are so important to keep your thigh strong, your sacroiliac joint in alignment. Good. Last one. Nice. Okay. Lower the weights down. Give yourself a little hug. Rock back and forth. Massage that sacrum. So if you push your knees away from you, you'll massage the lower part of the pelvis and the sacrum. If you have your knees up towards your chest, you're going to massage your lower back, your lumbar spine. So what needs it most? You decide. All right, now we're going to try a little bicycle here. So there's ways to do it. We're just going to do the legs. So here's your options. One is to use a strap behind your thighs to offer a little bit of support as you bring one knee into the chest and send the other leg long. Another option is keep both feet on the floor and just lift and lower one leg at a time. So extend one leg at a time. You can even slide it down the floor and slide it back up. Okay. Another option is to come to reverse tabletop with or without a strap and extend one leg long. Try to keep the other leg at reverse tabletop. Arms can come to goal post, help give you a little more support in the upper body, and keep that core strong and engaged. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Nice. Good. And again, release that. Give yourself a little hug. And while you're in this little hug, don't hate me, but we're going to work those hip muscles. So roll over onto your side. And if you have a blanket or a block or something to keep your head and neck in alignment, that's going to feel better on your neck. All right, you're in this little fetal position, right? Or actually, you're kind of in a 90-90 position. And we're going to do clamshell. So keep your feet glued together and just lift the top knee. Lift, don't let the feet come away from each other. Take your awareness to your butt muscle, your gluteus medius. This is the muscle that never gets any attention. It whines about it. And when it whines about it, you know, because everything's off kilter. So give it some attention. You can even put your hand there and feel it. You never pay attention to me. Like a middle child, right? I'm a middle child, so I can say that. 2 more. 1 and 2. All right, now bring the knee up towards the chest, up towards your nose, and then extend the leg long, like Tadasana, straight out of your hip, flex the foot. Try to keep the leg level in line with the hip, knee to chest and extend. Knee to chest and extend. Good. This is what they've got my mother doing to strengthen her leg. And she couldn't do it at all at first. She couldn't even lift her leg up at all. And now, after practice, she's doing it. So I know you can. 2 more. And next time the legs lengthen, leave it there. Internally rotate it. So the toes are pointing toward the floor, the heels pointing toward the ceiling. Lift it 4 inches, no higher. Keep the awareness in the gluteus medius. See if you can't even press it back a little bit. Don't arch your back. Press it up and back a little bit. Ooh, baby, that's a tough one. You do 3 more. These you can do before you get out of bed. All right, if it hurts your hip on the floor, all right, come back in, give that little baby a little attention. Paid attention to you, so stop whining. All right, roll over, give yourself a hug, and go over onto the other side. All right, come to that little fetal position. Use your blanket or a block. Knees are 90 degrees, feet are glued together. Hand might be on that gluteus medius, so you pay attention. Lift that knee and lower. Good. Is one side a little more challenging than the other? Normally our hips are completely, not completely, but they're out of whack. They're a little bit imbalanced, so one side's stronger than the other. Some people get a hip drop and walk with a limp-ish type thing because one hip is stronger than the other. And then sometimes it affects the knee, the way the knee works, and then it goes down to the feet. Oh, it's a whole cascade, right? 2 more. Good. All right, bring the knee into the chest. Keep the leg in Tadasana as you extend it. Might even press it back a little bit if that feels good for you, and a little extra oomph for that tushy muscle. Good, press back. Oh, our heart is loving this work because we're doing this strengthening and we're squeezing the muscles around all the vessels. And that center, you have 3 layers to your vascular system. You have the outer layer, the middle layer that has a little muscle in it. They get muscles, but the fingers don't, right? And then the inner layer, which is that smooth inner layer that's supposed to be smooth, but diabetes and cholesterol, all that clogs it up, and that's what creates the issues with heart attack and stroke. Now internally rotate and lift that leg just a few inches. I wonder how many of you remember what fast means for stroke. Face drooping, arm weakness or leg, smile uneven. Time is of the essence. 3 more if you got it. 2 and 3. Woohoo! Did that. A little massage, a little love. All right. Now, you want to roll over onto your back Now, this is not going to feel good in everybody. So only if you don't have any osteoporosis or issues with your thoracic spine, I'm going to offer you an option of a heart opener. You're going to roll up a blanket so that it's in a not super big roll, a moderate size roll. And you're going to place it right where the bra strap would be, going across your back, right at the kind of tips, the bottom tips of your scapula. And then keeping the knees bent, you lift up and over that roll so that the armpits are kind of right in line with the top of the roll. And then the arms come to goalpost and the shoulders kind of snuggle on your back. The nose points towards the ceiling, knees are bent, all right, because there's a pretty big arch in the lower back here. Some people that really have an open, are very open, this doesn't feel good on me, might be able to straighten your legs and get a little extra stretch across the top of the hip flexors as well. But if that crunches your lower back, please keep your knees bent. You can even bring your knees together and take your feet apart and turn your toes in. Now that's not going to feel good on everyone, so don't do it if you don't think it's going to feel right for you today. All right, if it does, we're going to stay here for 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm going to tell you to kind of come off of that and come back to regular Shavasana. While you're settling in there, just a little writing from, it's called Writing on Joy. This is another story about Nasruddin, the funny little character with a goatee. Because everyone was alarmed when they saw Nasruddin charging through the streets on his donkey. "Where are you going in such a rush, Nasruddin?" they asked. As Nasruddin whizzed by, he called back, "Can't stop to talk. I'm searching for my donkey." Is it possible for a person to spend a life anxiously looking for happiness and not realize she was riding on happiness all along? Is it possible to spend a whole life going after joy and not realize joy was always there underneath us and all around us and in us? Is this a human predicament to be looking for joy and happiness in the far when it was right there in the near all along? That's a thought worth playing with. After all, little children know something about this. They're riding on joy every day, just when it comes naturally. It just comes naturally. When you approach a train track, the sign says, "Stop, look, listen." And that's so you won't get run over by the train. Maybe we need a sign on our bathroom mirror, so when we see it first thing in the morning, today, stop, look, listen for the joy. Stop, look, and listen so you don't get run over by an anxious, preoccupied, busy train and miss the joy that is possible today. Stop, look, and listen to catch more joyful trains of thought. Because joy is such a part of heart health, happiness. Happier people, more joyful people have healthier hearts, less stress, less worry. And if you'd like to come off your cannoli roll, please do. And let the spine just release flat to the earth. And we'll have a nice 4 to 5 minute Shavasana here. And begin coming back into your space. Take a nice, full, rich breath in. Take a long, slow breath out. And if you would feel like you want to place your hands over your heart and just put a little gratitude into your heart for all the work that it does for you. And make a little promise you're going to do everything you can to take care of it, your lifestyle. And begin wiggling all your fingers and toes. Rock your knees side to side. Finally roll over onto your favorite side. Pause there for just a minute. Notice any shift. And press your hands into the earth and come to a seat that's comfortable for you. You want to unmute yourself. We can Om together if you like. You can reach it. Okay. Then bring the hands together in front of your heart, and we'll send each other off with that beautiful sound of Om. So exhale fully, inhale, and join me. Om. Just know that all the light and love that's in this heart of mine honors that same light and love that's in that beautiful heart of each of yours. Bow your head to honor your own practice, and then blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha with Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.